Think about the most powerful person you've ever been in a room with. Somebody whose presence you could just feel. And now ask yourself, were they the loudest person in the room or the quietest person in the room? I'm Laura Berman Fortgang, Master Credentialed Coach, 5-time bestselling author, and TEDx speaker. And today I want to talk about the authority paradox, when the person in the room with the most power is actually the quietest. I'm going to take everything that you have heard about commanding a room, whether it's a boardroom or a sales call or a pitch meeting or a networking event, and we're going to turn it on its head. Here's what most people get wrong about executive presence. They think it's about talking more. They think that volume creates value. But the most powerful people in any room are doing the opposite. They're listening, they're observing, they're letting other people fill the silence, and they reveal themselves in the process. When you talk constantly, you're actually giving your power away. But when you hold space, when you choose your words with intention, every sentence you say carries weight. There are 3 reasons why quiet authority is so powerful. First, silence reads as confidence. When you don't rush to fill every gap in a conversation, people assume you're comfortable. Second, listening gives you information. So when you're not filling every bit of space, you have time to observe what people are saying or not saying. By the time you speak, you know exactly what you want to say and exactly who needs to hear it. And the third reason why this works is restraint creates anticipation. When you don't weigh in on everything, people start leaning in when you do finally say something. So your opinion becomes scarce, and scarcity creates value. So how do you do this? 3 things you can practice. Practice 1, the 3-second rule. Pause for 3 seconds. Be thoughtful, take a breath, don't say anything. And often in those 3 seconds, the other person fills the silence and they start telling you exactly what they need. So what you say is even more accurate. Ask 1 great question instead of saying 3 okay things. Powerful people don't dominate conversations, they direct them. And a well-placed question puts you in control. So instead of saying something like, what are we not talking about that we should be talking about? Say, what would make this an obvious yes? When you do speak, speak with weight. Instead of saying, my fee is $2,500, but I can be flexible. You just say, my fee is $2,500. You don't need to prove that you belong in the room because you're already in the room. So your silence isn't a weakness, it's a presence. And it tells the room, I'm secure enough to not need your attention every moment. Authority isn't loud. Authority is calm. Authority is chosen. And so are you. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you next Friday on Friday Focus.